So in terms of being like the first ever female team member of Metal Militia, is that the truth? Is that it?
Yeah. First female of Militia back in the day.
Mm-hmm. The posse was deep back then too.
Yeah, that's why I was like pretty stoked to join. I was like the tail end of I think my last year of Supercross.
You were still kind of racing a little bit, right?
I was still racing, and I was still getting actually quite a bit of help from Larry Linkogel, who's obviously one of the founders. So he was definitely one that truly helped me out quite a bit, because I was just, even back when I was racing, like I just couldn't financially afford to, you know, like racing is cutthroat, and you put more money. Yeah. You put more money than you ever get out. And if you're not in it for the goals that you want to do for yourself, don't go, because that's the point. But Larry was able to kind of help me out financially.
That's
and
awesome.
I was sparking my inspiration again, because I was reaching out to so many companies, and they're like, yeah, no, we're not interested. Sorry.
We'll give you some product. You're like, product doesn't pay for the races.
Yeah. I physically need help to get to these races. So that's where he stepped in, and he's just like, yeah, how much do you need? He's like, we're not playing the, you know, I'm going to, you know, give me a high number, you give me a low number, and we'll go back and forth. He's like, just tell me how much you need.
Yeah.
And he cut me a check, and I was able to keep racing. So
wow.
Yeah, that's rad.
Yeah.
How expensive is it?
Dude, endless. How much do you want to spend?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the more
like
you spend,
everybody
the faster
says
you're
that.
going to go.
Yeah, like he talked about that on another podcast. Like the best teams are the teams that can spend the most in a way. But like, how expensive does it actually cost to be competitive?
Oh man, I mean,
what do you think you were spending back there a year? And that was just like on like a privateer deal, like just getting there and doing it. Like,
yeah, you're probably spending, I would say, like $5,000 a week.
Every week.
Easy.
For like privateer, but like the big teams, they're spending like
way more.
$100,000 a weekend, maybe more. Like,
and I mean, these privateers find ways to cut costs, or they get help, which cuts that down quite a bit. But
they're not
still
practicing a lot during the week.
Yeah.
They're driving to the races, like, you know.
Yeah, and that's why when I race, like I couldn't afford to do it the right way. So I had a slow bike, because that's all we could afford. You know, I had to build the bike. Then once you build them, they only last like 10 hours, and that goes like that. So it just, dude, it adds up insane.
Motor rebuilds, just everything. There's so many parts that you need, so many working parts in a motorcycle that are super expensive.
Yeah, that's why you see a lot of privateers on 450s, because that's just one less thing you have to spend money on. Because just alone, like, dude, you could spend $10,000 on a motor, no problem, in the 250 class.
Easily.